Hi guys, thanks for purchasing our Ellia 3000. On this video we want to show you the instruction of how to assemble your Ellia 3000. When you open your box, you will receive in the base parts, you'll receive your Ellia 3000 with the scratcher attached, the handle parts, the trigger squeezer, and book. This here is a present from us. Once you read the little bit of a introduction we have there, you'll know why we sent it to you. We hope you enjoyed that. So to start with the actual instructions of assembly, the first thing you want to do is assemble your handle. The Ellia 3000 in a whole is already pre-assembled from the box. The only thing you'll need to add on to Ellia 3000 will be your trigger squeezer up here. But first of all, we want to assemble the handle. So with the handle, you'll have three parts. This here is your top half of your handle, and this one here is where your handpiece will go into for holding. So it'll simply go in like so. You have to loosen this hand knot off, push that through, and tighten that up again, and that will be that part assembled. Once you've got that done, you want to assemble your top half with your bottom half. Now to do that, there will be a bolt in here. Just undo that bolt, like so, push it back through, and on your handpiece, on your handle, you'll notice that there's a black mark on both pieces. Those two go together. If you put it back to front, the holes won't line up. So ensure you put that together like so. They may be a little bit tight, that's okay, just need to give it a bit of a push and a wriggle. Like so, and then put your bolt back through that hole. It may just need to be wiggled through a little bit more. There you go, just a bit tighter. And now that'll go through, like so. Put your bolt back on the back, and you can tighten that up. Nice and tight. That will be a 13mm spinner, or shifting spinner if you have one, or you can use your socket set like I have here, and just give that a good tightening so it doesn't rattle loose in the field. Now your handle is fully assembled. From this step, you want to assemble your handle onto your Ellia 3000. To do that, the Ellia 3000 will come like that pre-assembled. You'll undo your wing bolt here. Like so. And the other nut directly behind the shaft holder. Now these two are out, you can then place your handle in its place. So make sure you have your split washer and your washer there. You can then tighten up that bolt, that M8 bolt. I would recommend to do it finger tight first, then put your your wing bolt in place. Now there's a nut on the wing bolt, that's just a spacer, and then you have a washer there. Now you can set that wherever you want. You can move it to the left or to the right, wherever you want. You can change in the field as you go, but I would recommend to set it so it's straight first, in spot. And you can tighten that one up, like so. Again, I would use the 13mm spanner or your socket, and I would tighten that up, not over tight, so you can move in the field, but you don't want it loose either. Now your handle is firmly secured to your Ellia 3000. The last part of this assembly is a trigger squeezer. So this is a new trigger squeezer that we released not long ago. Super simple, it'll come pre-assembled like this. And what you'll have to do is take out these 3 bolts here. This particular model that we're doing the demo with has the cup head bolts in the frame. Later models won't have the cup heads, they'll have the nuts welded into the actual frame, so you'll be just taking the bolts out the top. But it's the same principle. And you'll just install that like so. 3 bolts, 3 nuts, like so. So we'll tighten them back in there, just finger tight. That's 1, 2, and 3. Now that's installed, we're going to have to adjust it now to our drill. Now, because everyone's going to have their own drills, because drills do not come with the Ellia 3000, you'll need to set this to whatever drill you're using. In this case, we'll be using the DeWalt XRP drill. This is a fairly late model, just a normal drill. Most important to remove the battery when you're doing this, otherwise it can be dangerous. So first of all, you want to get your drill, set it upside down like so, and insert it onto the shaft. Then you can tighten up your chuck. Now your chuck's tightened, you want to move this here on the slide so you can move in and out, backwards and forwards, till it finds a place where it will intercede with the handle of the drill. The other thing you want to do is loosen off this wing nut on the back of this assembly so that you can push this cable through and adjust this trigger piece to where your drill needs it. So we'll then slide the drill around, and you'll notice it'll move the scratcher on the bottom at the same time till it finds a happy position, like so. Now that is in place, what we want to do is we want to ensure this here cable can come out. If it's not before it's fastened, it'll pull out like that, and then it'll give you a false reading here. So you want to make sure that cable is pushed right in there before you do the next stage of procedure, and then you want to pull this cable here back through until that there doesn't depress on the drill, but is very close to it, so that when you squeeze the trigger it works. So we'll just pull that through, ensure that that is still in tight. Now you can see that that trigger squeeze is just sitting nice on that trigger. We're just pulling not too tight, and we're going to tighten up, we'll bend that wire like that and then tighten up this wing nut till it pinches that cable in position like so. Now this here, we've got the length set, so now what we'll do is tighten up these 3 bolts. Again, that's a 13mm spanner. You can use a shifted spanner or a 13mm socket. Now that is completely set up. If you press that there, it'll activate the drill trigger. So now what we want to do is we want to get the other end of this and put it on the top part of the handle. To do this, you want to twist this around once and twice. If you're right-handed, you want to put it on the right side. If you're left-handed, you can put it on the left side. Irrespective, you'll then push that on like so, and you'll need a Allen key to tighten up this nut here, this bolt, sorry. So you just want to tighten up nice and tight. It will be fairly firm. Like so. Now you'll notice that this here, we lock firmly on that shaft, and then you can tighten up that there, and that'll lock the handpiece in place. Now, if I press this trigger, you'll see it activates the drill there. All this whilst we have no battery in the drill. because once you put the battery in the drill, it'll all be live. Okay, so that's the assembly of your Ellia 3000, the base of it. If you have a flap in it, you know that you can assemble that as well. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go on to install the rollers. For those of you who got the precision depth kit, we'll show you how to install that. So to install the roller here, it'll come with two wing nuts and two cup head bolts. You remove them out of your sides here like so, and then you want to hook this on the Ellia 3000. To install the precision depth rollers on the Ellia 3000, you'll need to remove this wing nut here, the main one that holds the whole thing together, and you'll need a M13 spanner to undo that one. Or you don't need to undo it the whole way, you just need to back it off a little bit like so that we can get access here. So imagining the direction of rotation, this is going on the back, so this is back to front, we'll put him like that. It's going to go in that direction because this is going to the back one. That's going like that. You can see the soil will be coming up here and scraping off on the bottom of that thing as it goes around, any mud or anything that sticks to it. So we get that, we come over this side, and what you want to do is you want to hook it onto that little nut in the back of there. Same on both sides, and then you lift this up, and then you'll have there your different holes. So to install that, what you want to do is get your bolt, stick it from the back side in, and then put your wing nut on. This is designed so that you can vary the height as you go through in the field without having to take a major amount of tools with you. Any tools at all, really. You only need to remove this cowl to install it the first time, but from then on you will not need to remove it. So I'll tighten that up on that side. Ensure you count from the top down the same amount of holes on both sides, so we've gone the fourth on that side, and we'll do the same on this side. You can see how that's hooked over that bolt there that I was mentioning previously. So we'll put our bolt through there and into there like so, and then put our wing nut on, and then just tighten that up. Now that's the back one, front one's exactly the same. I'll just lay that back on that back one. So with this direction of rotation, as we've mentioned, this can only go one direction. So they're not symmetrical, these parts. I mean, sorry, they are symmetrical, but one will be facing like that, and the other one will be facing backwards, so the direction of rotation matters. The new model will have a bi-directional scraper, so either go forwards or backwards, it won't matter. For this particular application, we're going to have to remove the scratcher so that we can get it on. So I'll tip it upside down and I'll show you how to remove the scratcher. So you can see anyway, always make sure there's no battery in your drill if you get the drill on, otherwise remove your drill. Safety first. So to remove your scratcher, you've got this little tongue here, just pull that back like so, and then that'll just push out sides. Be careful, these are all laser cuts, so they're slightly sharp on the edges. So you push it out like so, you flick your chain off, like so. It's got my Ellia off, it's got my scratcher off, sorry. Now we'll install this roller, and that's going to hook on the bottom here and on the bottom. Sorry, we'll turn him back over. It's going to go like that, and those channels so we can see, and that will hook under there like so. Tilt him up, and I'll do the same on this side. Now push him back down, and again your bolts inside to out. I'll just sit him up in the middle. And this is how you vary your depth. You can move that up and down like so. I'll put him on the third. Oh, we'll flip him back over and you see it rolls freely now. That means everything's sitting good properly. Flip him back over like so. We'll get chain back on the small sprocket first. Make sure it's sitting in properly. Sit him around there. Get our scratcher. We just sit down there and we're going to put our chain on. And then put that bearing back up into place. Line both bearings up, that goes back into place, and then push your little guard back, little tongue back into place. Make sure it's sitting right. Okay, like so. Now we can flip him back over. Install our chain guard again. You can install this one first at the top. I typically do this one up finger tight, and then when it just gets a bit tight, you then nip him up really tight with his wing nut. So, and as you tighten that one, it'll tighten up this one, and now you can't undo that. So to undo it, it's the exact same but in reverse. So there you have your two precision depth rollers installed in the Ellia 3000. It's ready for use now. Simple as getting your drill. You can leave your battery on it now. Putting your drill upside down, tightening up your chuck. Make sure it intercedes with the splines that is cut on the shaft. Tighten that up like so. Drop them over. It's already preset and you are ready to go. Enjoy your Ellia 3000. Remember safety first, and yeah, have fun.